Okay, students, today we'll learn about greatest common factor. As the name suggests, it is always for two or more than two numbers, and it is the greatest common factor. That means the biggest number that we can divide the number with. So I'm going to take up an example, and if I say 10 over 20, and if I want to simplify this, so the greatest common factor for both is 10. So I can divide 10 and 20 by 10, so I will get 1, 2. So this is what I have simplified it to. So 10 was the greatest common factor for 10 and 20. But there is a way to find the greatest common factor, and today we'll learn about that way, how to find the greatest common factor. So if I take two numbers, and let's say one is 20 and the second number is 40. Let's see what the greatest common factor for both is. We always use prime numbers to factorize these numbers. So you have already learned in the previous lesson about prime factorization. So we'll always prime factorization, we always factor with prime numbers. 2 is a prime number. So you're going to divide 20 by 2, we're going to get 10. We will divide 10 by 2, we'll get 5. So 2 is a prime. So 2 is a prime number, 2 is a prime number, and 5 is a prime number. So we'll stop here. When we have prime factors, we will just stop there. Let's factorize this one too. I will just divide it by 2. I gotta divide 20 by 2 again, and I will divide it by 2. So we have prime factors we have is 2, 2, 2, and 5. Now, how to find the greatest common factor for 20 and 40? So what we're going to do, we will do is we're going to write it down. I will say 20 equals, and we'll write it as a product, 20 as a product of its prime factors. So 2 times 2 is 4, 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, we'll do the same thing with 40. And I'll say 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. For greatest common factor, what we're going to do is we'll create pairs. So we've got a pair of 2. I'll just write down 2 here. I've got another pair of 2. And I've got a pair of 5. My GCF is, or my greatest common factor is 2 times 2 is 4. 5 times 4 is 20. So in this example, my greatest common factor is 20. So GCF will always help you simplifying fractions. It will always give you the greatest common factor, and it's an easy way to find it. Let's find a greatest common factor for three numbers. And I'm taking small numbers because I don't want to spend a lot of time on doing it for big numbers. So you can use the same strategy for large numbers as well. Let's do it for 10, 15, and 25. So let's factorize 10. 2 times 5 is 10. And we're going to divide 15 by 5. 5 is a prime factor, 3 is a prime factor. And 5 times 5 is 25. So when you divide 25 by 5, you're going to get 5. Now let's let's find the GCF. So 10. So we're going to do it. This is 5. 15 is equal to 5 times 3. And 25 is 5. So GCF, as you know, will create pairs. So how many pairs do we have? So we just have a pair of 5. That's it. So that means the greatest common factor for 10, 15, and 25 is 5. And this is what it looks like, okay? So this is how you will find greatest common factor. Thank you very much.